This is SSPTV News, brought to you by Samsung Productions and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
It was a one-stop shop for area seniors. We'll take you to the Laurel Mall next. Good evening and thank you for joining us at SSPTV News. I'm Lisa Sugared in for Ken Cara. You can watch us anytime via the Samsung Productions app and in HD on Service Electric Cablevision Channel 513. Now your headlines from SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker. By a vote of 103 to 91, the Pennsylvania House passed a $2.2 billion revenue plan last night. The measure is now headed to the state Senate. State Representative Tara Toohill said a group of lawmakers researched accounts and found $9 billion in surplus money. She said the money was carried over for 3 straight years and is being saved for a rainy day. We spoke with her and Senator John Udechak during an event at the Laurel Mall.
If we have extra money, the people in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, it's supposed to be a Commonwealth, it's supposed to be for everyone. Those taxpayers, if that's their money and if it's not being used, it should certainly go back into their pockets, especially before we go to them and try to tax them.
Rating some of our environmental stewardship funds or public transportation funds will end up being challenged. The Supreme Court has already ruled in other cases that you cannot raid funds that are dedicated for a specific purpose. So unfortunately, the vote was successful in the House, but I don't believe we're any closer to getting a full revenue package to fully fund a $32 billion budget that was passed on June 30.
Now, the event that was attended by both state lawmakers was the 7th Annual Senior Expo at the Laurel Mall. Today, senior citizens came to the mall to get free screenings and information. Anyone who attended was able to talk with medical professionals, lawmakers, state police, and many others. The event was hosted by State Representative Tara Toohill.
So this is our 7th year here at the Laurel Mall, being accessible to our constituents, and our seniors especially, when they don't have a lot of money, they struggle to make drug payments for their prescription pills, they have a hard time keeping their homes. We want to come here and be accessible to them, and it's great because it's one-stop shopping.
Today's event was well attended at the mall. In other news tonight, a letter is circulating on social media. It was written by a retired United States Marine in response to NFL football players kneeling during the playing of the national anthem. Our Sam Lassant referenced the letter on a recent Sam Lassant show.
I'd like to read this email that came to me this week. At the end of the email, you decide what you think of the email, and then you'll know where we're going in this country. Retired Marine Colonel Jeffrey Powers wrote to the NFL Commissioner the following. Commissioner, I've been a season pass holder at Yankee Stadium, Yale Bowl, and the Giants Stadium. I missed the 90-91 season because I was with a battalion of Marines in Desert Storm. 14 of my wonderful Marines returned home with the American flag draped across their lifeless bodies. My last conversation with one of them, Sergeant Garrett Mongrella, was about how the Giants were going to the Super Bowl. He never got to see it. Many friends, Marines, and Special Forces soldiers who worked with or for me through the years returned home with the American flag draped over their coffins. Now I watch multi-millionaire athletes who never did anything in their lives but play a game, disrespect what brave Americans fought and died for. They are essentially spitting in the faces on the graves of real men, men who have actually done something for this country besides playing with a ball and believing there's something special. They're not. My Marines and soldiers were. You're complicit in this. You'll fine the players for large and small infractions, but you lack the moral courage and respect for our nation and the fallen to put an immediate stop to this. Excuse me. Yes, I know it's their First Amendment right to behave in such a despicable manner. What would happen if they came out and disrespected you or the refs publicly? I observed the player getting a personal foul for twerking in the end zone after scoring. I guess that's much worse than disrespecting the flag and our national anthem. Isn't is the First Amendment right to express himself like an idiot in the end zone? Why is taunting not allowed, yet taunting America is okay? You fine players for wearing 9/11 commemorative shoes, yet you allow scum on the sidelines to sit, kneel, or pump their pathetic fist in the air. They are so deprived with their multi-million-dollar contracts for playing a freaking game. You condone it, all by your refusal to act. You're just as bad as disgusting as they are. I hope Americans boycott any sponsor who supports that rabble you call the NFL. I hope they turn off their TV when any team that allows disrespect to occur without consequence on the sidelines. I applaud those who have not. Legends and heroes do not wear soldier pads. They wear body armor and carry rifles. They make minimum wage and spend months and years away from their families. They don't do it for an honor on Sunday. They do it 24/7, often with lead, not footballs coming in their direction. They watch their borders carted off in pieces, not on a gurney to get their knee iced. They don't even have ice. Many of them don't have legs or arms. Some wear blue and risk their lives daily on the streets of America. They wear fire helmets and go upstairs into the fire rather than down to safety. On 9/11, hundreds vanished. They are our heroes. I hope that you high-paid professing pretty boys and you look in the mirror when you slave tomorrow and see what you really are, legends in your own minds. You need to hit the road and take those worms with you. Time to change the channel.
Now, we have posted that letter from the retired Marine on our Facebook page. You can access it at facebook.com/SSPTV News. In other news, the second annual NEPA Craft Beer Festival that was scheduled for this Saturday, September 16th at Mohegan Sun Arena at Casey Plaza has been canceled. Refunds are available at point of purchase. For more information, go to mohegansunarenapa.com. And now it's the moment you've been waiting for. Each Thursday, you have a chance to win a box of 12 slices of Frankie's cold pizza with their signature sauce and cheese blend, baked fresh with no preservatives. Call 570-459-9813, extension 104. Leave your full name and phone number. The winner will be drawn at random. Coming up in sports, our Ken Kara gets the scoop on this weekend's Weatherly Hill Climb. Plus, we'll preview a big event at an area church that will benefit hurricane victims. You're watching SSPTV News, your place for 24 hours of your hometown news and information.
This is SSPTV News, brought to you by Samsung Productions and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
This week on our history segment on SSPTV News, we're talking about a construction update with Charles McElwee. He's the Vice President of the Board of Directors for the Greater Hazleton Historical Society and Museum. It's been a long time coming. The Art League has a small home at the end of Broad Street here in downtown Hazleton, and it is moving to the former Security Savings Bank building, a really outstanding building for that purpose.
Right, so construction will be underway on what will be the Hazleton Arts Center that is intended to house the Hazleton Art League. And that Security Savings Building, that goes back over 100 years. And really that whole block, that block was known as the Brill Block. Why it was labeled Brill, I don't know. But in 1891, just days after the city was chartered by, as a city instead of a borough by the Commonwealth, there was a terrible fire that wiped out most of that block. But the structures that remained include what we now know as the Remember When building, or as many people remember it as Frumpkins, which is also a project that is will be underway and now owned by Can-Do. But the Security Savings Building, that dates to 1909. And the reason we look at these, what look like neoclassical, these Roman or Greek temples, that was an architectural movement that was popularized in the late 1800s. And between 1873 and during a 20-year period, there was this economic slowdown that kind of left people to not trust in banks. But then starting in the late 1800s, there was this, the American Baking Association met at what was the World's Columbian Exposition in Chicago. And it was called the Great White City. It was all these neoclassical buildings that, architecture that people had not seen for centuries. And the bankers came away from that and realized maybe to restore confidence, we need to make an architectural statement. And maybe that statement would be by building these Roman and Greek influence tributes, not only to that period of architecture, but also to restore confidence in our banking system. So in communities throughout the country, you had these neoclassical structures, including what was People, or First National Bank at the time, 1909, and its fraternal twin just 2 buildings over, which was People's National Bank. And that was torn down in the 60s, but on that block, we still have what we now know as security savings, and we see the Corinthian columns, and we see the influence there. But it's nice to see that thanks to what we now know as the City Beautiful movement that led to these styles, that it will be restored thanks to this new construction project.
And then architecture fits so beautifully for an art league.
If it's beautifully for an art league, and it's not the only banking structure undergoing the project. We see in the former Hazleton National Bank building, that's a major.
And we hear it too.
and we hear it, a major construction project, also influenced by that City Beautiful movement.
And to help restore and preserve that past, you have an online campaign going on so people can donate anytime. Where do they go?
HazletonHistory.org.
Always great history segments here on SSPTV, courtesy of our good friend Charles McElwee.
Time now for weather on SSPTV News.
A patriotic scene outside of the Laurel Mall today. Here now is your forecast from the National Weather Service. For tonight, showers likely, possibly a thunderstorm, cloudy skies with a low of 59 degrees. Moving on to the 4-day outlook for your Friday, it looks like we're going to have a chance of showers and thunderstorms. Cloudy skies, a high of 75. Cloudy skies at night with a low around 60. Then for the weekend, Saturday, there is a slight chance of showers. Partly sunny, warming up with a high near 77. Partly cloudy Saturday night with a low of 61. Partly sunny day on Sunday with temperatures near 76. Partly cloudy overnight with a low of 58. And on Monday, mostly sunny skies, a high of 76. Partly cloudy at night with a low of 58 degrees.
Tonight's weather is brought to you by Valley High Food Drive-In, the area's oldest ice cream and fast food restaurant. Stop by for our ice cream and yogurt, now featuring fat-free, no sugar-added soft frozen yogurt with flavors like vanilla, strawberry, and strawberries and cream. We also have burgers, hot dogs, fries, and much more.
For daily hours, call 570-455-5362.
That's Valley High, Route 93 in West Hazleton, and like us on Facebook.
It's a very popular event in our area at this time each year. It is the Fall Vendor Fair at Faith Assembly of God Church. That's in Hazel Township on 34 Fox Manor Road, right near the Laurel Mall. Here to tell us all about it today is Kim Lucas. She is one of the co-event coordinators for the big event, and Pastor Rodney Murphy from Faith Assembly of God Church as well. Pastor Rodney, I'm going to start with you. Each year you do this twice a year, and you usually benefit, I guess, mission trips, but you decided to change it this year because of what's happening.
Yeah, that's right. Thank you for having us today. Every year, or twice a year, we try to raise funds for a third world country project that we're doing. We've been to South America, Africa, other places. This year, we were focusing on Africa, building some structures outside of Kenya to help with the villages and the children there. However, when we saw what was happening in Houston, our hearts were compelled to change course and to really focus in on helping the folks in Texas because of what they were going through. We felt we needed to be there for them.
Well, I think that's great that you're doing this. This is a really fun event. There's a lot happening. There's food, there's festivities, there's vendors, there's tricky trays, and so much more. And you've even grown it even bigger than that this year, Kim. So I guess give everybody an idea of what will be taking place this Saturday from 10 to 4 at Faith Assembly of God Church.
CVS will be there giving flu shots. We have an area home health agency coming in to do some health screenings. And we'll have several food trucks, hot dogs and an Americana food truck. We have Mexican food truck, ice cream, are several vendors available with essential oils and bags and handcrafted items, hand-baked items. We have some homemade candy coming in that's new this time. We're really excited to see everybody out and together. We have a fun time. It just brings the community closer and raise funds for our mission.
Pastor Rodney, it's going to help, I guess, in more than one way, because you'll donate proceeds from the event, but then you're also going to collect some items there. And if people aren't there, you're also kind of teaming up with another event going on, so 2 locations they can donate.
Yeah, you know, as we began to just go this direction of how we could help Houston, the team said, well, why can't we collect items as well? And I thought, sure, why not? And so we are going to be collecting items for those victims in Houston. And the Italian Festival is also going on, as you know. And we are going to have one of our church trailers over there. It will say Faith Assembly of God on it. And if you want to bring donations there to the Italian Fest, you can do that as well. Or just right across the street, really, at our church, they could drop off those supplies as well.
We actually are hoping to see some of these items go directly to a friend. She's from the area. She lived in Sugarloaf. A lot of us grew up with her, and her sister's still here. They're in need of contractor bags, respirators, gloves. They're cleaning up quite a big mess. So we're taking in water, diapers, things that can really, these people are missing, things that you take for granted every day. They just are in very poor supply there, so we need to make sure that they get to those people.
Again, it's happening this Saturday from 10 till 4 at Faith Assembly of God Church. We hope that you can come out and support this wonderful cause. And now it is time for your PA Midday winning lottery numbers. Get out those tickets and see if you are a winner. Good luck if you played. Kenny's up next with sports right after the break.
Time now for sports on SSPTV News.
When these 2 gentlemen join us, you know it's time for racing in the borough of Weatherly. We have Joe Seibert, the president of the Weatherly Hill Climb Association, and the mayor of Weatherly, Tom Connors. Also a driver. We'll get to that. Joe, we covered Mayor Connors in the race in the Spring Hill Climb, and I went there at a soccer game in the afternoon. There were so many drivers. I thought I was going to be late to my soccer game as I sat there and I waited because he was the last one, but there were a lot of cars and a lot of people were impressed by that. And you said there's about 95 registered for the fall event.
Yeah, right now we have 95 pre-registered, and we know a few people have been holding off because of the weather, but the way it looks is the weather is going to be fine. So come on out, watch the cars race. You know, there's going to be a lot of good food there, and they're all nonprofit groups, and there's real nice spectating areas. We'll have parking areas available. So we just want to see people come out. You know, the fall's coming. Sooner or later, we're going to have some bad weather, so it's supposed to be a beautiful weekend, high 70s, low 80s, so come on out and take advantage of it.
Who did really well in the spring and who are you looking forward to coming back, maybe seeing racing again here in the fall?
Well, Kurt Eichenberg had the fastest time. He ran about a 48.5 something, and that's almost 2 seconds off the hill record. So he'll be back. He'll be trying to get that hill record. And then we had one of our local men, Ray Coach, and he did really well in his modified. He finished 5th. So he'll be there also.
And one of those new drivers, of course, the Pit Power Racing team will be back at it this weekend. Mayor, first time, I'll tell you what, I watched you go up there. You were cautious the first few times. You said you really cut that time, though, down. Did you get more comfortable as the weekend went on?
I actually did. Sunday was fantastic. I wish I could have went up that hill 100 more times. It just, you get more relaxed as you do it. But I'm excited. I can't wait to race. I'm going to work on my car today and get it all ready. And it was just a great experience. I loved it.
And Joe, you're rocking your Subaru hat today. I always see, I think, Al Carrazza there, you know, with his Subaru. I have a Subaru, so I always like seeing the fancy ones that go fast, unlike, you know, mine after a few years now. But what cars do you really like seeing coming in and out? Do you have a favorite? I mean, what cars do you enjoy?
I kind of like watching the local guy coach and run. I like his modified. It's a big block. I like the 8-cylinders because I'm a little bit older, you know. A lot of the guys like Al Carrazza brings his Subaru down, and he does fantastic, you know, and I like the car. But I'm the older. I like the big 8-cylinders. You know, we have an old Mustanger too, and you know, you bring some older Corvettes down, and even the newer Corvettes, you could take them off the showroom floor and bring them down here and race them. I mean, they're unbelievable. But I like the noise, and I like the roar of the horsepower. When someone's pushing 400 or 500 horsepower, you know, that's exciting to me.
Now, the mayor said he wished he could have like 10 more runs on Sunday. It was his first time doing it. Some of these guys have been doing it for years. Listen, it's the same hill. You know, what makes it so special that people want to do it 200, 300 times, like keep going up there?
It's something, I don't know, it's like a drug, you know. I mean, no, you go up there and you come down and you look at the posted times and you say, boy, that had to be my best time. And then you look at it, you think, geez, that's no better than last time. You get to a point where you're just competing with yourself. You know, and, you know, say you and I are racing together, we're buddies, you know, we're in the same class, you know, it makes it's a lot of fun. You know, there's competition, but we only race for trophies. There's no money involved. And we want to keep it that way because we like the friendships and we like that type of thing, you know. We don't want it to get competitive in a wrong way.
Can I throw something out there? Joe had mentioned about in the spring, I did have a little trouble with my car, but he said the top driver did 48.5. Well, I'm willing to say on the record that this weekend I'm going to make it up that hill in less than 48 minutes. That's for sure. That's a guarantee.
Give a guarantee. Mayor, what do you have to do a little better this time? Like, what did you learn the first time and say, I could cut some time here?
I'll tell you, I was really, really nervous, and I almost backed out right in the beginning. So I think now that that's out of my system, I'm not going to get smart with it. I'm still going to be careful. I'm still going to be cautious, but I just feel a little more comfortable. I like my car. I feel good in it. So I'm excited. It's like a whole new time, but it's not the first time. So I got rid of those jitters. But now I really feel more comfortable, and I plan on hitting that pedal a little harder.
Of course, it all kicks off with the parade on Friday. That will be at 6 p.m. in the borough of Weatherly, racing from 9 to 4 on Saturday and Sunday. And Mayor, are you obligated to go to all of the stands and try some food at each one throughout the weekend, Weatherly Little League and the Boy Scouts?
Well, yeah, I kind of am. And sometimes I'll take fries from somebody else, and then I figure that covers me. But the food is fantastic. The prices are great, and it's just a good time. And when you're down there, you just seem to be hungry all the time. So it's a great weekend. Come on down, enjoy it. We love when people visit our community, so bring the family and join us.
Weatherly Hill Climb this weekend and the Cabbage Festival coming up as well, so look out for that and look out for these two this weekend at the Weatherly Hill Climb.
Good evening, everyone. Here's today's Talk of the Town. Help Marilyn Mandy Timko Ferry fight breast cancer. Mandy is currently raising money for an alternative treatment in Germany. If anyone would like to donate, go to GoFundMe and search Help Fund Mandy's Healing. And there will be a Covered Dish Community Day on Saturday, September 16th from noon until 6 p.m. at the Tom Hicken Playground. If you have any questions, you can contact Sharon at 570-788-2790. And that's today's Talk of the Town. SSPTV News would like to send our sincere condolences to the family and friends of these recently departed. Mary J. Berger of Sugarloaf Township. Funeral is today at 8 p.m. at the Harmon Funeral Home in Drums. Friends may call today from 6 to 8 p.m. at the funeral home. Evelyn J. Harashak of Freeland. Burial will be held at the convenience of the family. The McNulty Funeral Home in Freeland is in charge of the arrangements. Jerry A. Orbach of Camp Hill. Funeral is Saturday at 11 a.m. at the Neal Funeral Home in Camp Hill. Friends may call Saturday from 9 to 11 a.m. at the funeral home. And Martha Searfoss. Funeral is Saturday at 10 a.m. at the Lehman Family Funeral Home in Whitehaven. Friends may call Friday from 2 to 4 p.m. and 7 to 9 p.m. at the funeral home.
Well, thank you so much for watching tonight. Remember, you could take us with you anywhere via our Samsung Productions app. Download the free app today, and we'll be back here tomorrow. Same time, same channel. Have a great night.
Watch us online anytime at ssptv.com and follow us on Facebook and Twitter.